Hello my dear friends, and I welcome you all to the current affairs channel of Vidya Guru. In this class, we will be taking the session for January month current affairs. As you can see on board, one by one I'll be taking the questions of current affairs. What you need to do, you need to answer me as I proceed on in the class. After giving answer to every question which is written on board, I will be providing you a detailed explanation of what it is talking about. So let's do not waste our precious time and continue in the class. As you can see, the very first question is asking, DRDO successfully test enhanced rocket system. So if somebody asks you what is the full form of DRDO, DRDO stands for Defense Research and Development Organization. And DRDO successfully test enhanced rocket system which is called Pinaka. The answer to this is called Pinaka. As more details for Pinaka is concerned, DRDO said that in total they tested 6 rockets and they were tested off the coast of Odisha. However, the Pinaka rockets, they have the range of around 37 kilometers. Very important. So the next very important question which is associated with DRDO, however, it is not written on board, but it is talking something about the heavyweight torpedo. The heavyweight torpedo recently has been delivered to Indian Navy, and the heavyweight torpedo which has been delivered to Indian Navy is called Varunastra. As far as Varunastra is concerned, Varunastra has been developed by NSTL. NSTL is Naval Science and Technological Laboratory. NSTL, Naval Science and Technological Laboratory of Defense Research and Development Organization. So Varunastra has been given to Indian Navy by NSTL, which is a wing under DRDO. As you can see, Varunastra, the name itself suggests a weapon underwater. That is why this weapon has been given to Indian Navy. So it is also of tremendous importance. Anyone can ask you that what is the name of heavyweight torpedo which has been delivered to Indian Navy recently. So the answer to this question will be Varunastra. So let me write Varunastra here so that you may remember this Varunastra along with point number 1. The second question before you is saying the proposed fuel to curb vehicular pollution. What is the proposed fuel? Means the central cabinet has recently proposed some fuel in order to curb the vehicular pollution. What is the name of that fuel? The name of that fuel is called E20. E20 means the fuel which is having 20% of ethanol mixed with gasoline. What is gasoline? Gasoline is petrol. So this is the proposed fuel in order to curb the vehicular pollution. What the central government is saying? The Union Road Transport and Highway Ministry, yes, the Union Road Transport and Highway Ministry has proposed the adoption of this E20 fuel, which is a mixture of 20% of ethanol with gasoline in order to reduce the harmful emissions and in order to curb the pollution. Because we all know what is this pollution all about. This pollution is causing some release of greenhouse gases, and with more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the capacity of the earth to retain the heat will increase. As the capacity of earth to retain the heat will increase, it will cause more and serious effects of global warming. Global warming is very injurious as far as biodiversity on this planet earth is concerned. So let's proceed on with the third question, which is asking about United Nations International Human Solidarity Day. When this day is celebrated? This question is asking, when do you celebrate United Nations International Human Solidarity Day? And the answer to this question is 20th December. We celebrate this day every year on 20th December. And now the question comes, why United Nations International Human Solidarity Day is celebrated every year? See, according to the United Nations website, by this day, by celebrating this day, United Nations serves as a reminder to all the governments in order to respect their commitments to international agreements and raise public awareness. So in this way, United Nations wants to confirm that every country should be committed to this, that they agree to public agreements and all should work in a unison. All should work like a global economy. Like everyone is connected to this global economy. Nobody else in this economy is a separate one. That is why this United Nations Solidarity Day is celebrated every year on 20th on 20th December. Let's proceed on to the fourth question. As you can see on board, it is asking India's rank in ease of doing business index. So what is the rank of India in ease of doing business index 2020? See, in the recent ranking proposed in 2020, the rank of India is 63rd. As far as ease of doing business rankings are concerned, these rankings are published by World Bank. Yes, these rankings are published by World Bank, and according to the ease of doing business index rankings, the first rank has been given to New Zealand, the second rank has been given to Singapore, and the third rank has been given to Hong Kong. So first, second, third countries are New Zealand, you can write here, second is Singapore, and the third is Hong Kong. So these are the three countries scoring first, second, third respective ranks in the ease of doing business index rankings published by World Bank, in which India has got 63rd rank within top 70s. Let's proceed on to the fifth question. This is asking about the International Gita Mahotsav 2020, and this question is asking that where it was celebrated. So it has happened already. International Gita Mahotsav 2020. When this was celebrated? What was the venue when you celebrated this International Gita Mahotsav? See, this venue is in Haryana, and this Mahotsav was celebrated in Kurukshetra. So you may write here Kurukshetra in Haryana. So I have written some short forms of Kurukshetra in Haryana. So as far as this International Gita Mahotsav 2020, what is so much unique about this International Gita Mahotsav, my dear students? Let's read something about that and write it. See, in the International Gita Mahotsav, around 50 students, each from 50 schools, each from 21 districts, and 9,000 students from district Kurukshetra, they will be connected online through social media. So in this way, this Gita Mahotsav was celebrated. However, this Gita Mahotsav was celebrated virtually. We all know why it happened. Because in the wake of coronavirus pandemic, where meeting anyone in person is not safe, so everything, whether it is a virtual summit, whether it is a world summit or it is the classes which you are studying in, everything has been conducted by various governments virtually in order to curb down the spread of novel coronavirus. So that is the reason why even this International Gita Mahotsav, which is celebrated or which was celebrated in Kurukshetra, Haryana, where 9,000 students from district Kurukshetra, 50 students from 50 schools, each from 50 districts, 50 students from 50 schools, each from 21 districts, they celebrated and they participated in this Mahotsav. So let's proceed on to the sixth question. As you can see, the sixth question is asking about the commemorative postage stamp released to honor India's 12th Prime Minister. And I am asking you two important questions by writing this sixth point. The very first important question which you can see on board, that who was the 12th Prime Minister of India in whose honor this postage stamp was released? And the second question of mine to you is, who released this postage stamp? Who's that person who released this postage stamp in order to honor the 12th Prime Minister of India? See, as far as 12th Prime Minister of India is concerned, this is I.K. Gujral, which is Indra Kumar Gujral. And this postage stamp was released by Honorable Vice President of India, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. So let's proceed on to the next set of questions. So the seventh question for today is the sixth BRICS Youth Summit 2020 held at. It is asking about the sixth BRICS Youth Summit, where it was held, which was the place where this summit took place. This is the first question of mine to you. And the second question which I'll be asking after this, what do you mean by BRICS? What is the full form of BRICS? How many countries are associated with BRICS? This is what my second question to you will be. So as far as the 6th BRICS Youth Summit 2020 is concerned, this time this summit took place in Russia. And the place of Russia was Ulyanovsk. Ulyanovsk of Russia. This is the place where this summit took place. This place is in Russia. As far as BRICS is concerned, the full form of BRICS, actually it is an acronym for all the countries which are associated with this summit. B stands for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, where C stands for China and S stands for South Africa. So there are total 5 countries which are associated with BRICS. That is why this summit and that is why this grouping is called BRICS. As far as this BRICS summit of 2020 which took place in Russia, and the place of Russia is Ulyanovsk, you will ask me, did everyone go there and in person attended the summit? No. This person and this summit, which was this time headed by Russia or chaired by Russia, did not take place in person. The summit was organized virtually, where every member country participated in this summit virtually. And from Indian side, as this summit is talking about something youth, so from Indian side, our sports minister Kiran Rijiju participated in BRICS Youth Summit virtually. So these are the important details as far as the BRICS Summit of 2020 was concerned. Let's proceed on to the 8th question, which is asking about Raimona National Park. In which state of India this Raimona National Park is coming up? So as far as Raimona National Park is concerned, this national park is coming up in Assam. This is the very important question which might reflect in your exams. This national park is coming up in Assam. As far as this Raimona National Park is concerned, my dear students, the Assam government has proposed that Raimona National Park will be set up, and this park will be having 422 square kilometer area of Ripu Reserved Forest. This park will be having 424 square kilometer area of Ripu Reserved Forest. And this Ripu Reserved Forest is under Manas National Park and Tiger Reserve. And this Ripu Reserved Forest, which is under the Manas National Park and also the Tiger Reserve, will be proposed as Raimona National Park. So this Raimona National Park, which will be having 424 kilometer or square kilometer area of Ripu Reserved Forest. This is something which you need to note down. Ripu Reserved Forest, 424 square kilometer area of this forest, and this Ripu Reserved Forest is under Manas National Park, and this is which you will be calling Raimona National Park. As far as Raimona National Park is concerned, this Raimona National Park is actually coming up in the militancy affected area of Assam. And if the Assam government successfully constructed this national park, then it would be the 6th national park of the state. This Raimona National Park, after being constructed by the Assam government, going to be the 6th national park as far as Assam is concerned. So this is something which is very important from the current affairs point of view. Let's proceed on to the 9th point, which is asking about the Fit India School Week program. The Fit India School Week program was launched by which person? So as far as Fit India School is concerned, as you may also read from these slides, and as you can also read on the board, for the very important thing which I would to make in this class, this Fit India School Week program is actually coming under Fit India movement, which is recently launched by the central government. So as far as the person who is concerned with the launching of this Fit India School Week program, Kiran Rijiju is the one who launched this School Week program. As far as Kiran Rijiju is concerned, this man is Minister of State, Youth Affairs and Sports. So as I have already cleared to you that Fit India School Week program is coming under Fit India movement, which is recently launched by the central government. Let's proceed on to the 10th question for today, which is asking India signs Memorandum of Understanding in Physical Culture and Sports. India has recently signed Memorandum of Understanding in Physical Culture and Sports. So with which country or organization or something else India has signed this MOU with? You need to name that. See, India has signed this MOU recently in Physical Culture and Sports with BRICS. As we have already discussed something about BRICS, where B stands for Brazil, R stands for Russia, I stands for India, C stands for China, and S stands for South Africa. So this is the group of 5 countries, important countries, which are termed as BRICS. So India has recently signed this Memorandum of Understanding with BRICS, which is important. As far as this Memorandum of Understanding is concerned, I would like to make some important points. So this Memorandum of Understanding has been filed actually in the field of sports. And why it has been signed with BRICS? So that all these 5 countries, they help each other in expanding the knowledge and expertise as far as sport science, sport medicine, coaching techniques, something like that are concerned. Why you are signing this, and why you need some kind of support in terms of sport science, why you need some kind of support as far as the coaching techniques and the sport medicines are concerned, in order to, why this kind of support is sought by India by signing this MOU, so that all these 5 countries, they help each other in improving the performance of their respective sport persons in any international tournament. This is the reason why India has signed this MOU, because you need to improve your performance of sport persons who are participating in any international event. This is the reason why we want the BRICS to sign this summit, and why we signed this summit with BRICS. So this is the main reason behind that. Let's proceed on to the 11th question for today. The 11th question is asking the 20th SCO Council of Heads of State 2020 summit was chaired by which country? First of all, you need to know something about the SCO. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. As far as SCO is concerned, which is called Shanghai Cooperation Organization, India became the full-time member of SCO recently in 2017. So this is the 20th meeting of SCO Council of Heads of State. The very important thing, as far as SCO's this year summit is concerned, this is the first virtual summit of SCO which was conducted this time. And this SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit this year was chaired by Russia. And who is the president of Russia? Vladimir Putin. So this person is chaired, or this person chaired, Vladimir. His name is Vladimir Putin. This person chaired this 2020 summit of SCO. So this is something which is very much important. because this summit was the first virtual summit which was taking place virtually. So this is something which you need to write down also. First summit held virtually. This is the first summit held virtually. And the second most important thing, this is also the third summit. This was also the third summit in which India participated as a full-time member. Third summit of India as a full-time member, FTM. Because India became the member in the year 2017 only. So this meeting was the third meeting in which India participated as a full-time member. Let's proceed on to the 12th question for today. And thereafter we will proceed on to the next set of questions. The 12th question is asking the world's oldest man-made nanostructures found in 6th century BC pottery. From which part? From which part of India or abroad? It is asking the world's oldest man-made nanostructures are found in 6th century BC old pottery and has been found from which area of the world. See, world oldest man-made nanostructures were found recently from India, and the area from where it has been found, it is in Tamil Nadu, and this area is called Kiladi. Kiladi of Tamil Nadu. This is the place from where world oldest nanostructures associated with 6th century BC old potteries are found. So this is everything for as far as this session is concerned. Let's proceed on to the next set of questions. So the 13th question which you can see on board is WHO, World Health Organization, appreciates which campaign? In the world, this organization appreciates which campaign? This is asking about WHO, that WHO recently appreciated which campaign? See, as far as the appreciation of WHO related to any campaign is concerned, WHO has recently appreciated fitness ka dose आधा घंटा रोज. This campaign of India, fitness ka dose आधा घंटा रोज. The literal meaning of this campaign is that you should practice your fitness half an hour daily. This is what this campaign is all about. So WHO has appreciated this campaign of India recently. And how we get to know about this? Let's read about that. See, in a tweet recently, WHO has applauded India's initiative on promoting physical activity through this fitness campaign. This campaign was launched, as I told you, as a part of national-wide campaign, the Fit India movement. This Fit India movement campaign was launched by Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Mr. Kiran Rijiju. We have already told you about this. So this Fitness Ka Dose Aadha Ghanta Roz campaign is associated with the national-wide campaign Fit India movement, which is recently launched by the Union government. This is something which I need you to note down for this class. Let's proceed on to the next question, which is asking about 2020 JCB Prize for Literature has been given to which person? So as far as 2020 JCB Prize is concerned, this prize has been given to which person? Let me read something very important for you. The JCB Prize is one of the prestigious prizes as far as literature prizes in India are concerned. Under JCB Prize for Literature, a cash amount of 25 lakh is also given to the winner. And this time, this 2020 JCB Prize has been given to S. Harish. Mr. S. Harish. He has done a tremendous work, and the book written by this person is called Mustache. Mustache, which is important. However, the title of this book in Malayalam is Misha. In English, we call Misha as Mustache, but in Malayalam, the title for this is called Misha. So recently this person has won the JCB Prize for Literature 2020, and this is a very prestigious literature award as far as India is concerned, in which the winner is also given a cash amount of 25 lakhs. Let's proceed on to the next question, and the next important question is asking about the first BRICS finance, I would say the first BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors meeting. It recently held under the chairmanship of which country? This is what this question is asking about. I have already told you this several times in my class that all this time, as far as the SCO programs, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization programs or the BRICS programs are concerned, every one of them, means all the programs, if it is under BRICS or SCO, were chaired this time by Russia and the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. So as far as this 15th question is concerned, the first BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors meeting, this meeting held virtually under the chairmanship of Russia again. In this meeting, the finance minister and the minister of corporate affairs of India, Nirmala Sitharamanji, she participated from Indian side. So this is the 15th very important question as far as current affairs week or the current affair capsule is concerned. Now the 16th question before you all is asking about that who is the winner of International Children's Peace Prize 2020. As far as the International Children's Peace Prize 2020 is concerned, my dear students, for example, this person and the person who has won this prize recently, this is a very prestigious international prize, and this prize is awarded to this person because he was involved in setting up some kind of social organization and mobile app, Cyber Teams. And this person, because he established the app Cyber Teams, and why this app was established, why this social platform was established by this man? Because he wanted to stop cyberbullying. So in order to stop cyberbullying, this person established or he made the app called Cyber Teams. And just because of this work, this initiative of this person, just because of this work, this initiative of this person has been given the award of International Children's Peace Prize. And the name of this person is Saadat Rahman. As far as Saadat Rahman is concerned, this person hails from Bangladesh, the neighboring country of India. So, because this person has made an app called Cyber Teams, this app has been made in order to stop cyber bullying. So this is the first initiative, and this is a very important initiative taken by this person, the reason why this person has been awarded with this prestigious award. Now let's proceed on to the last question for the day, and the last question is asking about the friendship association formed between India and which country. First of all, the very important thing which should be noted down here, the friendship association which has been formed recently, it is first such initiative which is going to take place in West Asia. And why this friendship association was formed? Because this friendship association was formed in order to promote understanding and mutual interest between business and social communities. Why this friendship association has been formed? Because you wanted to promote understanding, mutual interest between business and as well as social communities. This is something, the most important objective of you behind signing or behind making some kind of friendship association like this. And India has recently made the first West Asian friendship association between India and Oman. So the answer to this question is Oman. And this is first such friendship association of West Asia where you want to promote the interest, the mutual interest of business and social communities. So this is something why this was formed. So this is all about today's current affairs capsule, and it's a wrap now. We'll meet you in the next class very soon. If you like this video, you can share this with your friends who are also preparing for some kind of government examinations, because we believe the questions which we teach you in this class, they are of utmost importance. Sign off from the channel of Vidya Guru. We'll see you in the next class very soon. Till then, goodbye and take care of yourself.